I think. Yes. Welcome back.
Boom! We are live. Alrighty. Good morning. It is happy freaking Friday. This is Professor Nick, and I'm here with the amazing, talented Miss Swedish Fish.
Hi. How are you doing today? Friday.
It's Friday. Hey, you know what? It's October. It's my favorite month of the year. It's Halloween in a couple weeks. I mean, who couldn't be happy?
Oh, I hate Halloween.
Halloween is like a marketer's dream. There's so many good things about Halloween that you can play with. So
I am slowly getting into it because I now have a child. So I don't think I have a choice to hate it anymore. It's just like suck it up and be part of it because that's what.
Yeah, you got to embrace all hallowed eves. Yeah,
I will. I'll dress up.
All right. Well, today in the marketing qualified rundown, as always, we have two topics, and some of these topics we may have talked about in the past, but we believe in repetition, and sometimes it's important to continue to hit the topics to make sure you guys listen to us, right?
We have definitely talked about this in the past, but it's also not, it's something that it's not getting old. Like let's introduce it and just, yeah.
All right, the two topics are, because I'm a professor today, are 5 lessons to steal from B2C, which we do talk a lot about how you can steal from B2C. And then the other topic is around call to actions, CTAs in marketing parlance. So, all right, let's jump into it. What is the number one lesson to steal from B2C? Our friends over in the B2C world.
I personally love this one, and it is name your enemy. This is also like say what you're not kind of thing. Patagonia, this is an incredible one showcasing exactly this. Like fashion is none of their business, and they're not trying to be there either. They're not trying to give you the most fashionable item, although some of the items really look good in my opinion.
They do, yeah. But if you're climbing a mountain, who the hell cares?
Yeah. Although I climb, but I actually still care. I might be the minority. Anyways, it's a really good one. People should do it more.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on the B2, I mean, from I guess making it relatable to the B2B side. I mean, whether it be in technology or anything else, just talking about the thing that really makes you stand out and don't try to be something you're not. Like, I think that's another way to say it. All right, number 2.
This, honestly, I think in general businesses are just too scared to do this because it's like breaking out of the norm.
Yeah. All right, number 2. Let the visuals do the talking. So obviously this is hilarious because it's Halloween too. So it's Uber Eats having a little bit of fun with Halloween. I think, they don't even have to say anything, right?
No, I think this is also, I mean, bags in general is such an untapped opportunity for marketing. I hate it when I get a bag. I know it's money, but when I get one of those paper brown bags with nothing on it, when I purchase something, I'm like, really? You don't want to showcase that it actually just came from your store? Like, give me a pretty bag and I'll even use it again.
Yeah, I think this lesson of let the visuals do the talking is really relevant in the B2B space with memes. Right, you can use memes in advertising, and that's a great way of expressing. You don't have to say anything; it's just the visual, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, how about this one? Can you spot the Range Rover in this picture? Yeah, but I can't spot that it is. But creatively take out your competitors. I was going to say
competitors. Yeah, I think that's a great lesson for us all. That. I mean, they're being bold, right? Like, hey, I'm the Range Rover. I'm avoiding all the traffic. I'm off the side of the road in the sand or the dirt or wherever it is. Just be bold. I think that's another way to say it, right? Be bold. Don't worry about your competitors. And I think we've definitely talked about this before, where so many CEOs and leaders and companies are so focused on the competition versus just focus on yourself. Focus on being amazing and doing great work, quality work.
Yeah.
And don't get so caught up on your competition.
Love this one. Make intentional mistakes.
I think about this one sometimes, like Is that marketing spin because they know we just always make mistakes? And so, hey, a lesson is make intentional mistakes.
I think I mean, honestly, too, worth mentioning when it comes to mistakes, like when you do make mistakes, because we all do, at the end of the day, we're humans or AI, we all make mistakes. But when you do, just own it and lean into that. Like, whatever it is, if you posted something that is wrong, like just point it out or make something fun.
You have done that.
I did that not too long ago. I posted a big freaking picture with my post on LinkedIn, and I have a misspelled word in there. And I kind of freaked out. I'm like, shit, I need to take it down. But I didn't. Instead, I just like made a comment on it. Like, you know what? I know it's not perfect. That post like got thousands of impressions.
Yeah, I think the intentional mistakes is a funny one too, because it also reinforces that the goal of marketing is to get people's attention. Mm-hmm. Marketing, these things, that sign in and of itself is not going to close a sale. But that sign will create attention, will create a conversation, will create somebody like, I think that's where we have to always remind people what the purpose of marketing is, right?
This is all part of the demand.
Just
create demand.
How do you create demand?
Yes. One last one. This one a little small.
All right, so this is the lesson is break the rules, right? And this is this is just you typically wouldn't have. If you look at, it's kind of hard to see the ad, but you typically wouldn't have handwritten on that. Like if you look to the side where they've got the actual ads and they've got that bold and then the text, right?
And it's a lot of white space.
Yeah, I think the funniest part is like what it says, right? It says make an ad so dumb people actually want to look at the bottom to see who the heck paid for this shit, right? Like that's hilarious. Like that's truly not only is it breaking the rules of an ad structure, it's breaking the rules of ad copy and ad messaging, and all for basically trying to drive your eye down to who's running the ad, which worked, right? It did. So
if I saw that in a magazine, not that I really need physical magazines anymore, but if I saw that, I would 100% stop and read it.
For sure. So again, break the rules. Okay, so those are the 5 lessons to take from B2C over to B2B. And we challenge you guys, if you have done this, post it, share it, tell us. Be an example for your brethren.
Yes, please. Let's talk call to actions.
Okay.
It's so boring / simple, but yet so many people, or businesses, I should say, they just do it wrong. And I think this picture that we had in the newsletter is a good visualization of this, because this is how you feel. Like if you go to a website or a landing page specifically, or whatever asset you're sharing, and there's so many different like actions you're trying the person that's looking at it to take, this is how you feel. You're like, where do I even start? What am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, I think, especially now, I think it's evolved so much where it could literally have 4 to 5 call to actions on one page, which is just insanity. And I think they think it's repetition, which is true to some extent, but you also just start losing people too. So I think you have to be there's a fine balance between repetition and also just confusion. And then they get frustrated and just give up.
Here's a question though. So what about those pages where you have multiple call to actions, but they're all the same call to action? What do you feel about those?
I still feel like it's, personally, I think it's too much. I think depending on the type, whether it's, let's just say call to actions come in many forms, right? Call to actions could be on a newsletter. It could be on the bottom of a case study. It could be the bottom of a website. It could be a bottom of a landing page for an offer. It could be subscribe on YouTube or a podcast. Like there's lots of places to go. And I think where they are, what the tactic is, dictates the call to action. So I think on a landing page for an offer, yeah, if you have multiple, at the top, it's kind of best practices, try to grab them right up above the fold and then have one below the fold. I think that's perfectly fine. That makes a lot of sense. But if it's a website where you're trying to inform and educate versus sell, then having 10 call to actions on the page is just annoying.
Yeah. And I think some are stuck with this, that like we all know how to scroll. Like if you have a 10-page site or landing page, I don't want to have to scroll all the way to the top to convert, but I don't need to know at every piece of that scroll where to click the button. Like people are not that lazy. I hope you can move up a little bit to see it, so you don't have to overdo it.
Yeah, I think sometimes, you know, there's in marketing, obviously, there's the conversation of, you know, market to the lowest common denominator, or the flip side of that is, you know, be very niche, so you're and know that your audience is not that dumb and that they can figure this stuff out. So like depending on who you're trying to talk to, I think is important. But you know, I think consumers are more educated and businesses are more educated now than they probably ever have been.
Yeah.
Because they get more information. So because there's so much information, don't assume that they're idiots, right? You know, respect your audience.
We would leave you with that last message for this Friday. Don't assume people are idiots.
Yeah.
Good one. All right. Favorite part of the day. Here we go.
This one actually I thought is funny because of the whole, you know, making mistakes, you know.
Oh yeah.
Embrace the mistake. Like obviously these are disturbing. They're just,
it's so creepy. Like I almost feel so creepy watching these. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, AI, we love AI. We embrace it. We use it. We promote it. But damn, these are just bad. These are just, I mean, but I mean, the flip side of the argument is like when people do this, it does create, it's like, you get all the comments, right? It's like, oh my God, I just 10 fingers on one hand and, you know, 2 hands on one. Like, it's just all these things. Like it does get people's attention, but I also think it makes people like
cringe.
Yes. So there's a fine line between cringiness and attention getting.
Agree.
There's my other you know.
Wow, you're all about the wisdom today. Punchy lines today. Thank you. That's it. That was the meme for the week. If you're not yet subscribed, marketingqualified.co, and you will get the newsletter with a little bit more information in there than what we cover in these short rundowns, is what we call them.
Yep.
If you're also not yet subscribed to Partner Science, our newly launched newsletter, head over to partnerscience.tech. It'll give you a little weekly brain boost on how to improve your partnerships.
Which we can all do better on our partnerships.
Yes, we can. Awesome. Thank you, Nick, and everyone. Have a fabulous weekend.
All right. Thanks, Miss Swedish Fish. We will see you next week.